Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayat nashtapraisa bhadresu Vityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavad-Gita bhakti bhavati nashtiki Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om ajnanatirmirandasya dhyananjana salakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Dadati Swapadantikam Pandiham Sri Gurun Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sakajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhuitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisavana Sute Devi Paramami Hari Priya Antakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sandhyaeva Chaj Patitanam Pavinyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Srila Prabhupada ki Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 22. Krishna steals the gopis' garment. Text number 8. Bhagavāṁs tat abhipretya kṛṣno yogeśvareśvaraḥ vayasyair āvṛtas tatra gatas tat-karma-siddhaye bhagavāṁs tat abhipretya kṛṣno yogeśvareśvaraḥ vayasyair āvṛtas tatra gatas tat-karma-siddhaye bhagavāṁs tat abhipretya kṛṣno yogeśvareśvaraḥ vayasyair āvṛtas tatra gatas tat-karma-siddhaye abhipretya vayasyair tatra tat-karma-siddhaye kṛṣno yogeśvareśvaraḥ vayasyair āvṛtas gatas tat-karma-siddhaye bhagavāṁs abhipretya kṛṣno yogeśvareśvaraḥ vayasyair āvṛtas gatas tat-karma-siddhaye bhagavāṁs abhipretya kṛṣno yogeśvareśvaraḥ vayasyair tatra gatas tat-karma-siddhaye Bhagavān, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, tat, that, abhipretya, seeing, Kṛṣṇa, Lord Kṛṣṇa, yoga-īśvara-īśvaraḥ, the master of all masters of mystic power, vayasyaiḥ, by young companions, āvṛtas, surrendered, tatra, there, gataḥ, went, tat, of those girls, karma, the ritualistic activities, siddhaye, for assuring the result. Translation. Lord Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Master of all masters of mystic yoga, was aware of what the gopīs were doing. And thus he went there, surrounded by his young companions, to award the gopīs the perfection of their endeavor. Purport. As the master of all masters of mystic power, Lord Kṛṣṇa could easily understand the desires of the gopīs, and he could also fulfill them. The gopīs, like all young girls from respectable families, considered the embarrassment of appearing naked before a young boy to be worse than giving up their lives. Yet, Lord Kṛṣṇa made them come out of the water and bow down to him. Although the bodily forms of the gopīs were all fully developed, and although Kṛṣṇa met them in a secluded place and brought them fully under his control, because the Lord is completely transcendental, there was not a trace of material desire in his mind. Lord Kṛṣṇa is the ocean of transcendental bliss, and he wanted to share his bliss with the gopīs on the spiritual platform, completely free of ordinary lust. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakura explains that the companions of Kṛṣṇa mentioned here were mere toddlers, 2 or 3 years old. They were completely naked and were unaware of the difference between male and female. When Kṛṣṇa went out to herd the cows, they followed him because they were so attached to him that they could not bear to be without his association. That is the end of the purport to text 8 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 22, entitled Lord Kṛṣṇa steals the gopīs' garments. When the gopīs reach the mature stage of getting a husband, they desire to have Lord Kṛṣṇa as their husband. Therefore, they wanted to perform some austerity that will help them to get Lord Kṛṣṇa as a husband, as a custom for all young girls to approach some particular demigods who will help them to fulfill their desire. Although the gopīs of Kṛṣṇa and Kṛṣṇa, they are all transcendental. They have no trace of material lust. And they are not under the control of material energy, but they follow the same principle. The parent of the gopīs noticed that their daughters were preparing to perform some austerity. Taking compassion upon them, they addressed their daughters. Their body is so delicate and not used to any austerity. So, how will you be able to perform austerity to fulfill the desires you have? Their body is so delicate, their body is so soft, their body is not capable of undergoing some austerity. Therefore, it is not required for you to engage in the austerity. They did this out of concern for their daughters. But they were already determined to perform austerity because they wanted only Kṛṣṇa. And observing that their daughters were bent on doing the austerity, the mothers inquired from them, who is the demigod you desire to worship? Is it Umapati, Madhava, or Brahma? Which of them you want to worship? And who is a priest to help you chant the mantra, to teach you how to chant the mantras, to fulfill your desire? Is there a requirement for money? Do you need some money that we can arrange to get for you? They wanted the best of their daughters, and they wanted the success of their daughters. Therefore, they are inquiring. They are making inquiry to understand, so that they will be able to support and facilitate the austerity. But the gopīs did not want to reveal their mind to anyone. Therefore, they didn't say the person they want to worship. But because maybe somebody, they informed the parent that are going to worship Katyayani, Durga Devi. Therefore, they engage themselves in severe austerities. Every day, they will go to the bank of Jamuna. Srila Prabhupada mentioned in Krishna book that they will mold the image of Katyayani with sand. And after molding the image of Katyayani, they chanted mantras to invoke the presence of Katyayani to enter into the deity. They prayed, "O Devi, please, we beg your presence in this form and accept our worship." And Katyayani personality as a form in the deity enter into the deity they molded. So in this way, the gopis, they worship Katyayani for 1 month. Daily, they offer suitable articles according to the injunctions of the Shastras. Goddess Katyayani was very happy, was present. They prayed to her, "Our desire is to have the son of Maharananda as our husband. We therefore request you to make it possible. Make it possible. We want the son of Maharananda as our husband." So it is said here, Lord Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the master of all masters of mystic yoga, was aware of what the gopis were doing. Kṛṣṇa knew that the gopis were worshipping Katyayani to get him. And being the master of all masters of mystic yoga means, according to Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakura, it means that Lord Kṛṣṇa does not have any material desire. Kṛṣṇa does not have a lost desire. And Kṛṣṇa, who is always truthful to his vows, desiring to fulfill the desire of his devotees, Lord Kṛṣṇa appeared. He knew exactly what the gopis were looking for. So Kṛṣṇa appeared to give them the blessing they desired. For the purpose, they were engaged in worshipping Katyayani. The gopis, like all young girls from respectable families, consider the embarrassment of appearing naked before a young boy to be worse than giving up their lives. That was the civilization. This was the culture. This was the purity, the activity of the soul, people who are on the platform of perfection of life. The activities are always different. They considered being seen, being naked before a boy who is not a husband, it is worse than death. Compared to today, what is the culture of today? The culture today is to be on the net naked. That is a pride. In some country, it is fashion, it is glorious, it is wonderful. You are famous, you are considered to be the best person in the universe if you go to show your nakedness in the public, on the television. Let the whole world see. They make a public advertisement for it. So when our chariots are using the word degradation, we are degraded. You can try to understand what is the meaning? What does it mean that we are degraded? That human life is gone. Goodness is gone. What we experience today is animal life. At worst, in less than animal life, because animal does not see themselves to be naked. But at least a human being can see that he or she is naked. And it shouldn't be the culture. So they consider to be naked before another person, even to be seen at all, by mistake. It is very, very painful. A devotee just sent me a message. She was going to the bathroom, and she was not aware that behind people can see inside through the window. Not completely, some part of the body. And she was in the bathroom just to notice that somebody was passing behind and seeing her. She couldn't take back again. She jumped out and was crying. She was crying. Somebody saw me when I'm naked, who is not my husband. It took me a long time to be able to pacify her. That this is not the sign that you are not chaste. It is a mistake. It's not even from you. It is not your own mistake. But her mind is that somebody who is not my husband saw me when I'm undressed. It's a culture that is missing today. But at least a Hare Krishna devotee can show this example. So very pleased. I was glorifying and appreciating how a devotee is conscious of this and appreciating this quality. She has to go to the husband to go and confess, I'm sorry, somebody saw me when I was taking bed. What should I do? What punishment would you like to give to me? What punishment would you like to give to me that somebody saw me? I'm supposed to be careful, but somebody saw me when I was in the bathroom, which is not you. The husband is a good devotee, so he understood. He said, please, do not worry yourself about this. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. That we are living a life which fulfills the desire of Srila Prabhupada, that I want to make Brahmanas among Sudras. Brahmanas are cultured people, decent people who have culture, who can understand what is sinful and what is pious activity that should be done. So I was very happy that our Krishna consciousness is working, and we can have devotees who are thinking like this. The gopis were aware, and Krishna himself was also aware, that it is a big embarrassment for a cultured, decent, sane lady, girl, to be naked before another boy. Yet, Lord Kṛṣṇa made them come out of the water and bow down to him. Although the bodily forms of the gopis were all fully developed, and although Kṛṣṇa met them in a secluded place and brought them fully under his control, because the Lord is completely transcendental, there was not a trace of material desire in his mind. And Kṛṣṇa knew that they will not feel comfortable coming before him. And he did it by requesting all of them to come naked before him. Why he did that? Lord Kṛṣṇa's activities are all approved in the scripture. So it is scriptural that although a woman cannot be naked before somebody else, the only person she can be naked before is the husband. And because the gopis have worshipped Kṛṣṇa to be their husband, Kṛṣṇa is not making mistake by asking them to come naked before him. It is not a mistake, it is deliberate. And if Kṛṣṇa did not do this, he will be considered ungrateful. So Kṛṣṇa is grateful that he fulfilled the desires of his devotees who wanted to have him as their husband. So Kṛṣṇa came before them and said, all of us will come before them. And it is said here, Lord Kṛṣṇa, Lord is completely transcendental. There was not a trace of material desires in his mind. Lord Kṛṣṇa is a ocean of transcendental bliss, and he wanted to share his bliss with the gopis on the spiritual platform, completely free of ordinary lust. So we cannot accuse Lord Kṛṣṇa for what he did. For many reasons. Everything belongs to Kṛṣṇa, and everyone belongs to Kṛṣṇa. So everything is Kṛṣṇa's property. We cannot accuse someone for using his own property the way he likes. So we cannot blame Kṛṣṇa for anything. Second reason, Kṛṣṇa is fulfilling the desire of the gopis, like he did for many other ladies who wanted him as their husband. Remember Tulsi Devi from Goloka? She came here with another cowhead boy, became Sankachuda. Both of them went to the forest, performed severe austerities. She wanted Kṛṣṇa, Lord Vishnu, as her husband. Before that, Sankachuda and Tulsi Devi, they have attraction for each other in Goloka. And because they cannot practice it there, Kṛṣṇa made a perfect arrangement that they should come here and do it. So they came here. And they got married. Sankachuda was a very powerful demon. Now no demigod can approach him, can even dare to approach him for anything. Because of two qualities he has. One is the chastity of Tulsi Devi, that's his protection. The second is the amulet Kṛṣṇa gave to him in Goloka before he came down here. They do those two things for him. Nobody can do him anything. And he was against the demigods. He fought with all the demigods and sent them out of their positions. He seized all their opulence. He was enjoying their opulences. All of them came to Lord Shiva and begged Lord Shiva to help them. Lord Shiva agreed to help the demigods. So Lord Shiva sent his servant, go and tell Sankachuda to please give demigods their property back to him. Sankachuda said, I will not give anything, nothing Lord Shiva said, if he cannot give anything back, because the demigods have approached me to help them, and I've accepted to help them, so we will fight. Sankachyuta said, yes, I'm ready to fight with you. Lord Shiva says, see, if I defeat you, it will be a shame for you. Please don't do this. Sankachyuta laughed. It will be a glory for me if you defeat me, but it will be a pride for me if I defeat you in the battle. Because I know you are Mahadev, who can fight you and remain alive? So I will be happy to fight with you. So it was resolved, they are going to fight. See, Lord Shiva is here, but all the demigods, including his wife and all the expansions of his wife. And Sankachyuta is here with the mighty fighters, those who take pleasure in fighting as his associate. They were all demons. And they fought severely for a long time. At a point, Lord Shiva came face to face with Sankachyuta, and he took a weapon on Lord Vishnu. When he raised the weapon, he had a voice. Lord Shiva, do not use the weapon now, because Sankachyuta has two things with him, and a responsible person cannot go against the law of nature. So a special arrangement has to be made to take away these two things before you can kill him. Therefore, I will make the arrangement. But Vishnu, I will make the arrangement. I will make the arrangement to take away these two things. Then you can kill him. So Lord Vishnu disguised himself as an old Brahmana. So he went to Sankachyuta. Sankachyuta was very happy to see a Brahmana. We're talking about Vedic culture, which is very, very auspicious. Even demons have qualities which Brahmanas in Kali Yuga does not have. The demons are truthful. They are very, very charitable, very kind. They never go back on their promise. Whatever they say, they must do it. They have great determination. Which is missing? What these qualities are missing? The demons, they have it. So Sankachyuta was very happy to see the Brahmana, and he offered to do some service. The old Brahmana said, my dear, I will accept something from you only when you promise to give me what I wanted from you as a reason of my coming to see you. Only if you promise me, then I can accept whatever you want to give me, you can give to me. Sankachyuta said, I'll give you whatever. No, you promise me first. You promise me. Sankachyuta said, yes, I promise. I promise that whatever you ask me, I'll give to you. So the old Brahmana said, I am very much interested in your amulet. If you can give to me, I will be very happy. Immediately, Sankachyuta removed it and gave to him. So, the Brahmana left and he went to the house of Tulsi Devi. When he got very close to the house, he created a tumultuous kirtan. The kirtan of victory was coming. Tulsi was hearing, that is my husband coming. My husband is coming back. Means he has defeated Lord Shiva in battle. He cannot come back without defeating Lord Shiva. And is there anyone who can kill Lord Shiva? What is happening? She was thinking about that, and the kirtan was coming, until he entered the house. And Tulsi was very happy to welcome the husband. My dear Lord, what happened? You killed Lord Shiva? The imitation, shall I say imitation? Shall I say imitation, Sankachura? My dear wife, you can imagine what it means to fight with Lord Shiva. So I must be very, very tired. Can you just give me a few moments to take rest? Then I'll give you the details of what happened. Say yes. So she took him to her bed. Lying on the bed with Tulsi Devi. And Tulsi looked at him carefully. She started to see the person who came in as her husband is changing. And she saw Lord Vishnu. Immediately upon seeing Lord Vishnu, she cried, "You are so heartless, you are just like stone. Why you behave like you have no heart? You have killed my husband." So Lord Vishnu smiled. "What wrong have I done? You perform austerity for thousands of years to have me as a husband, and I fulfill that. What is my offense? Is it not true you wanted me to be a husband? You meditated. As soon as Tulsi Devi appeared, you left the house and went to the forest, and you were there performing austerity until Sankajuda came to marry you in the forest. So I fulfilled the desire. Are you angry with me?" Lord Kṛṣṇa fulfilled the desires of his devotees because Kṛṣṇa is very attached to his devotees and he is ready to do anything. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami said, there is nothing which is unobtainable for a devotee in Krishna consciousness. Nothing which is unobtainable. For a devotee, everything is available. Our desires are fulfilled by Lord Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa fulfilled the desires of his devotees. And Sri Shopani said, this Kṛṣṇa has been doing since time immemorial. Means that is Krishna's nature. He's not going to change from his nature of being the maintainer of all the worlds. So here Kṛṣṇa fulfilled the desire of the gopis, as he has always been doing. So Vishnu Chakravarti Thakura explains that the companions of Krishna mentioned here were mere toddlers, 2 or 3 years old. They were completely naked and were unaware of the difference between male and female. When Krishna went out to herd the cows, they followed him because they were so attached to him that they could not bear to be without his association. Lord Kṛṣṇa went to the forest with the cowhead boys to herd the cows. And Krishna desiring to fulfill the desires of the gopis who have worshipped him. And at the same time, Kṛṣṇa did not want to take all the cowherd boys with him. So he took only a few of them, which are described here to be 2 or 3 years old. They followed Lord Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa did not take all, he took only a few. And they went together to see the gopis. And after fulfilling the desires of the gopis, then Kṛṣṇa came back to meet the many cowherd boys. And the cowherd boys were very disturbed. And they asked Lord Kṛṣṇa, where did you go and left us behind? Lord Kṛṣṇa said, I knew that we are so many to all together take part in Jamuna. So I went alone with a few boys, just to take a bath. Kṛṣṇa went with only the few, those who were very young, that does not know the difference between male and female. Kṛṣṇa took those ones. But those who are aware of man and female, Kṛṣṇa did not take them with him. Kṛṣṇa left them until he came back. After he finished the business, he came back to meet them. And then they were questioning Kṛṣṇa, why you left? Kṛṣṇa said, because I didn't want to take all of you together. It will be very difficult for us to take bath at the same time. So I just went with a few to take a bath. Now we can continue with our play. This is the activity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Kṛṣṇa, here in Vrindavan. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki Hare Krishna. Comments? Questions? Maharaj, comment? Questions or comment from you? Yes. There's a question behind.
Maharaj, if Shankaracharyya was so exalted soul that he fall down with benediction of Krishna himself, 2 benedictions.
The 2, yes. That is not a fall down.
It is, yeah, he came. How it happened that he was so exalted, at the same time he is not demigod, he is not devotee, he is a demon.
Very good question. He is a cowherd boy in Goloka. He's a cowherd boy. He is coming here as a demon. Don't you see that it is for our benefit? We wouldn't have Tulsi Devi to worship if he did not come here as a demon. Tulsi Devi wouldn't have come here. And where would he worship? His coming is for our own benefit. But it becomes a pastime. So we can have something to meditate on, to think about. The Jaladhara temple is here in the temple. Where is it? Jaladhara? Jalandhara, yes. Where? Where in India? Where? Punjab, yes. So he came here just to help us to have Tulsi Devi, so we can worship and easily God Lord Kṛṣṇa. So it is Kṛṣṇa's special arrangement, that is Kṛṣṇa's desire that made them to come here. And cowhead boy, do we expect them to be lazy like us? But very, very powerful, as he was. Very powerful. And they will do something very, very powerful that nobody can compete with. No conditions will can compete with. But it's all for our own blessing. Thank you. Yes.
In one of the previous lectures of the same chapter, we heard that if we listen to the pastimes of Kṛṣṇa with the gopīs, then we will be freed from lust like that. So, this pastime was a similar thing. So, what else we can do to see that thing? How to do this in a better way? Like when we are hearing, what else to focus on?
In chapter 21, now it's chapter 22. In chapter 21, one of the lecturer, I think Ishwara was speaking, so he quoted that verse, that by hearing these intimate pastimes of Kṛṣṇa with the gopīs, the disease of the heart will get destroyed. So her question was, how do we do that? By hearing? By hearing? Yes, the concern is, if I hear it, I get more lusty, and I want to do it. Why only Kṛṣṇa will do that? I want to do it. So how will I get purified if I get disturbed like that? That's the concern. So how do I get purified if by hearing I'm getting disturbed by it? How do I get purified? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said, because it's always argument. Should I hear? Should not hear? We should speak about it. We should not speak about it. Who is qualified to hear this? Who is not qualified to hear this? This has been going on for a long time. A long time. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his conclusion is that a person who can feel, if you can feel comfortable, you should hear it. The disease will get cured. But a person who does not feel comfortable, instead will get stimulated and we want to do that, he may desire not to hear. Not a problem. But if you can handle it and prepare your mind that this is the disease, this is the cure for the disease, let me tolerate to hear this and pray seriously for help so that I get purified and not get disturbed. Then you should hear, and it will work for us. If you feel that no, I don't want to hear, it's okay. It's not here. But if you can pray to Kṛṣṇa to help us, so I can hear it, and I can withstand that, so hear. Sukadeva Goswami cannot make mistake to advertise it. This is a disease that will cure the disease of the heart, which is lost. We should hear it patiently, just like Rupa Goswami also told us, the cure for the jaundice of chanting the holy name is by chanting. If you keep chanting, you get it. Similarly, if you can tolerate it, keep hearing, you get it. That's the solution. Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.